We're looking at question 37 from the JAMB 2014 math exam, and we're told that if the sine of theta is equal to 12 over 13, that we need to find the value of 1 plus cosine of theta. In order to answer this question, you need to know what the sine of theta is referring to. So imagine you have a triangle which has a right angle, and you have another angle here called theta. Well, by definition, sine of that angle theta is equal to the opposite. And when I say opposite, I mean the side that is opposite of theta divided by the hypotenuse. And the hypotenuse is the side that is opposite from the right angle. So based on that information, we're basically being told that the hypotenuse is 13 and this side opposite from theta is 12. So if you're asking yourself, how did I know all these things? Well, the answer is you need to have various trigonomic identities memorized. And if you want them in a convenient place, please check the description of this video. You'll see a link to a formula sheet that you can download that has all the JAMB related formulas all in one convenient place. Okay, so based on that, let's continue on with our solution. Now that we've been able to draw this triangle, there's another trigonomic identity we can take advantage of. And that is the Pythagoras theorem, which states that if you have a triangle with three sides, A, B, and C, and there is a right angle there, that A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Well, we do have a triangle with a right angle, and so based on that information, we know that this side, let's call it A. Well, we do have a right triangle, and so let's call the side we don't know A. And now we know that A squared plus 12 squared is equal to 13 squared. Therefore, A squared is equal to 169 minus 144, which is equal to 25. And therefore, if A squared is equal to 25, then A is equal to 5, because I took the square root of both sides. So now we know that this value up here that we called A is actually 5. The reason why it was important to find that last side is because the question is asking us to find the cosine of theta. Well, what's the cosine? By definition, the cosine of an angle theta is the adjacent. If we're looking at the angle theta, the adjacent would be the side that is right next to the theta, but is not the hypotenuse. So cosine of theta is equal to the adjacent, which is 5, over the hypotenuse, which is 13. Again, if you ask yourself how I knew that cosine is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse, then again look at the trigonomic identities, or take one of our full courses on trigonometry and you'll understand where all these concepts come from. But now we know the actual value for cosine, and we're asked to find 1 plus cosine of theta. So let's do that. If 1 plus cosine of theta is equal to 1 plus 5 over 13, which is equal to 13 plus 5 over 13. which is equal to 18 divided by 13.